curry thrown in led to deep commitment. The cooperation that we received from you and your team, and the final collaboration that is evident in the Indus Ekta Agreement is truly a labor of love for all of us in this room, Francis, Amit Yadav, and the teams. Catherine was remembering the day when we had that bilateral in the room. But most importantly, for all that Dan and I could do, it's very important to recognize the huge contribution that each and every one of you from the business world played. The way you gave us the inputs, the way you helped us understand potential of this relationship, the kind of confidence that was exuded by business persons both from India and Australia, that this relationship is good for us. The way you helped ease the typical roadblocks, the pushback that ministers receive when we are trying to decide on any particular issue. So I think the big thank you goes to each and every one of you in this room for your cooperation, your commitment, and starting today the new collaboration between the Australia-India Chamber of Commerce and the Confederation of Indian Industry. One cannot but recognize two very important elements to this agreement, which I believe have been the defining features which made it happen in such a short span of time. One, of course, is the deep relationship that former Prime Minister Mr. Tony Abbott and Prime Minister Modi struck off way back in 2014 when he first came to India, stepped onto the shores of at the tarmac at Delhi airport. By a strange coincidence, I happened to be his minister in waiting that evening. I think it was a little bit of a rainy day that day also. And there you see Tony Abbott walk down the steps with a swagger, as I said yesterday. Comes down, and I'm very nervous. I'm very formal, properly prim and proper dressed. I think I had my tie on. Wondering what I have to do to make him comfortable, and he says, "Piyush, can you get me a yoga session with Prime Minister Modi?" I have never felt more comfortable with a leader of his stature from the word go. And I suspect it's the seeds of this partnership were made during that visit Tony had in India. Prime Minister Modi and Tony struck up an absolutely fabulous relationship. Over the years, it has only blossomed. And of course, the second element is the deep bonds of friendship, brotherhood, and the trust that Prime Minister Scott Morrison and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have built over the last few years. Very challenging times. The geopolitical situation is not the most promising right now, particularly for both our countries in our neighborhood and with our trading partners of today. The world is going through tumultuous times. We've been grappling with COVID and other situations which are a cause of serious concern for all of us. But within those boundaries of problems, I think the fact that India and Australia have demonstrated a unity of mind, a unity of purpose, and a shared commitment to come together, expand our people-to-people relations, expand our business-to-business relations, strengthen the political partnership of the two leaders and our two governments, maybe at some stage move from the competitive spirit of cricket to also look at more collaboration in cricket. Not that I'm suggesting a joint Indo-Australian team, but certainly we would love to see this relationship grow over the years. And as Minister Tehan mentioned, while we had set out with a modest target of about $50 billion, actually it started with 45, Dan. I pushed the needle to tell my guys, make it 45 to 50. But after the successful conclusion of the negotiations and looking at the enthusiasm that I see in this room today, that I saw last night with some of you who we had the occasion to hear and understand the potential of this partnership, I'm committed and absolutely confident that we should not aim for anything small. You mentioned the figures of your trade with China. I'm actually tempted to reset what I said earlier in the day. Now the 100 billion looks small. And we offer you transparency. We offer you our trust. We offer you the rule of law. We offer you two democratic nations, both members of the Commonwealth, as Dan rightly pointed out. Two people who love sports. And of course, while cricket has defined this relationship over the years, we have some scores to settle all those broken bones that our Indian cricketers came back with from Australia. But then, maybe we'll make up for that with a few googlies thrown on you. Over the years, many of us have had a chance to come to Australia, to enjoy the beautiful country that you have. I've also had the chance to visit some of your mines and truly was delighted at the way you have developed mining into an industry which is very organized, very sustainable, environment friendly, caring for its labor, and contributing to economic development not only of Australia but of the rest of the world in a big way. And therefore, I believe that here is a partnership between two countries which don't compete with each other at all. We actually complement each other. The focus that we are putting on Make in India dovetails so beautifully into the strengths of Australia, the natural bounty that you are all endowed with. The fact that our raw materials, our intermediates can come in at more competitive prices, helping us to meet the needs of the world at better comparative pricing. The fact that we can learn a lot from your high quality education, from your research, for which you are very well known. The fact that tourism is something Australia has developed extremely well. The fact that water sports is really a delight across different parts of Australia. And all of this can really help India in its journey to provide a better future for 1.35 billion Indians. We have an aspirational India, a young India, an India that's today connected with the rest of the world through the internet, through television. They see what's happening around the world. We have young boys and girls in the villages now with electricity in their homes, with clean drinking water coming to their homes, with good proper homes being provided to them so that the environment is conducive to their development. And therefore, when this government came in 2014, we focused on a twin track, a better quality of life for our citizens, which Prime Minister often refers to as ease of living. So housing for all, electricity for all, healthcare for all, the world's largest healthcare program covering 500 million people being run by the government with free treatment for the families, the largest food security program being run by the government. In fact, through the COVID period and until September this year, we have doubled down on whatever was the food grain entitlement to the poor or underprivileged sections of society, thereby providing 800 million people with free food grains, twice what they would normally get through the COVID period, at an investment of about $50 billion, so that not one home slept without food, not one individual in the country had to go without food, all through these trying times, the lockdown and all the difficulties. We believe when the people of India have a better quality of basic necessities, they will be able to contribute much more to the Indian economy, to society, be better citizens of the country. And the next stage, obviously, is as the demand, as the expectations of our people increase, we will be needing to provide economic growth, we will be needing to provide jobs. There will be millions, hundreds of millions who will own their first automobile. There will be hundreds of millions who will want to buy a dishwasher, a washing machine. There will be hundreds of millions who will be looking for better nutrition, better quality of healthcare, better quality of education. And that's where the Australia-India Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement can actually make a significant impact on the lives of the people of India, and similarly provide huge opportunities for the people of Australia working together to meet the needs and aspirations of this billion-plus people. Both governments, both countries, and our business persons have been waiting for this day for many, many years. But in Hindi, there is a small saying, "Der aaye, durust aaye." Maybe late, but better late than never. But the speed with which this engagement has gone forward encourages me to suggest or predict that this speed is going to continue. The momentum is infectious, it's very powerful. The excitement on both sides is palpable. The media, and I would suggest it's very rare to see the media come up with so much of positivity around a business agreement like this. I promise you, since Saturday, Dan, I've been carefully analyzing both your Australian media and the Indian media, to wondering where they're going to find the fault or pick the holes. But I'm really delighted that both sides, the agreement has been very well received by the media, by business persons, by the common folk, and will provide opportunities for all of you, ladies and gentlemen, will provide newer avenues of working together, will give the young entrepreneurs in both countries more innovative ways to work with you. And both Dan and I are anxious to receive your feedback. We are anxious to learn from you what should be our roadmap or the pathway in the future. Which are the newer areas where you would like us to focus? What are the new demands of time which we may have missed out for paucity of time, having concluded this agreement very, very speedily? But this engagement is going to continue into the months to come. I know you will have a little bit of a short break because you'll be busy with elections in Australia. But you're lucky you have elections once in a few years. We have elections in India every few months. And each one of them is real tough, much tougher than the negotiations between us. But the good thing is that the world today recognizes, and India also has joined in understanding, the people of India today understand that good economics can make for good politics. And that's exactly what this agreement is all about. This agreement is going to help the people of both countries secure a better future. This agreement will help us expand opportunities on both sides. It'll be good for businesses on both sides. It'll be good for the various elements of life, whether it's healthcare, whether it's education, whether it's innovation, tourism. I believe Qantas is starting a new service from tomorrow, from Sydney to Bangalore, India's own Silicon Valley. So a lot of opportunities awaiting you. I hope you will get a chance to interact, get to know your other colleagues with similar interests between the Indian business persons. The largest delegation ever to have come to Australia has accompanied me at a 36-hour notice. Shows you the excitement in India. And for Austrade and AICC to put together all of you in this room on a working day at lunch truly energizes all of us from India who are here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Australia-India Chamber of Commerce. Thank you, Austrade. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Francis. Tim. Thank you, Ted, and all the other friends who have come in this afternoon. I hope we can continue this friendship for eternity, build upon this to convert our relations to truly the defining partnership of the 21st century. Thank you very much.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं मानक गुप्ता। अगर आपको हमारा ये वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो इसे लाइक और शेयर जरूर करें, और हां, हमें सब्सक्राइब और फॉलो करना ना भूलें ताकि आप देश और दुनिया की कोई खबर मिस ना करें। तो जुड़े रहिए हमारे साथ और देखते रहिए News24।